SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
When banking starts to feel less personal, you know where to find us. Community Bank. Deep roots, local people, personal banking. Visit communitybank.net. Member FDIC.
What's happening across your state? Mornings with Richard Cross on SuperTalk Mississippi. You're listening to the Palmer Home for Children Radiothon here on SuperTalk Mississippi. Go to supertalk.fm/PalmerHome to help rescue and restore a child in need. Now, here's Rebecca Turner.
Good afternoon, SuperTalk Mississippi. You are tuned into your radio happy hour, and it's coming to you live from the 14th annual Palmer Home for Children Radiothon. That's the good things. And yeah, an hour earlier today, because why not have 2 hours of good things? In fact, this is my favorite day of the whole year, where I get all the gang to focus on the good things happening in one place, and that's right here at Palmer Home for Children. And the boys of man have kicked it off great this morning, from Richard to Gerard. We are up to $119,375.61. We've got a less hairy Rhino, thanks to your generous donations. And Rhino, you've already set the stage for what we need to get your beard off. So yeah, where are we at with that?
We're not far off. I set the goal for $50,000 to get the haircut, and we hit that and then some. And then by the end of middays with Gerard, we hit $119,375.61. Which means we're not far off of the $125,000 goal I set to shave my beard.
We're not far off at all, and I feel super confident in our Good Things family that we can get that done in the next 2 hours, and so much more than that. If you're just tuning in and you want to go ahead and give, you can do that easily over at supertalk.fm/PalmerHome. You can call in and talk to one of the nicest people that you'll find all day, ready to take your call and help you out. And that number is 662-469-5533. And if you want to do, I say high-tech, low-tech, whatever you want to call it, because it's easy peasy, get out your smartphone and hit that Venmo app and just do at Palmer Home dash and spell out the word for, F-O-R, children. You can text that way to give, or you can simply text Give Palmer to 833-402-4519 and make a donation of any kind. But if you choose to do the monthly giving, which I know you have talked about over the course of today, but maybe you're just tuning in, you do get some special perks for that. Monthly donors receive subscriptions to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right. We've got Malcolm coming up a little bit later here in Good Things to kind of give you an idea about that. But everyone who signs up to become a Palmer Home hero is what we call our monthly givers. You will be provided a monthly donation amount of your choosing, so it doesn't matter, $10, $20, $100, whatever you feel led to do. We'll receive a special barbecue chicken recipe from Malcolm Reed at How to Barbecue Right, along with a bottle of his Killer Dogs the Barbecue Rub as a simple
Killer Hogs.
To Killer Hogs, not Killer Dogs, although go dogs, I mean in other ways. Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub, as a thank you for your contribution to the mission. Although I think that could be a sidekick for him if the hogs ever ran out. So we encourage you to just get involved any way that you can through your donations online or as well as the texting options. Hopefully you've heard some good stories today that have come through. I know driving in, I'm always moved and to hear about the different people and stories going on here at Palmer Home. I think we have someone who's also near and dear to the SuperTalk family and understands the need for children to have the support that they get here at Palmer Home, and that's our brother in broadcast, Steve Azar. Normally this is your hour, but I hijacked it, Steve. Are you okay with that?
It's a lot better off in your hands, Rebecca.
I wouldn't say that at all, but you are no stranger to children who need help in various ways. So here at Palmer Home, what does it mean to you to see people showing up and doing their part to help these kids?
Well, first of all, shout out to you guys. Rhino, if we reach goal number 2, we're going to have to look at other body parts. I think your chest, your legs, as Dina Carter used to say. Anyway, we'll figure it out, but that's really wonderful, you guys, what y'all are doing. You know, when Gwen and I, my wife and I, started our foundation, we started it in Music City, but all the money was targeted always toward my Mississippi Delta, and the Mississippi. And Palmer Home was one of the first 2 donations with St. Jude that we ever made. We were so impressed by, just their passion and concern for kids, and you could just tell that it was a deeper meaning for the people that were working there. They were very knowledgeable, but they also were invested in everything, and you could just tell it was the quickest yes that we've ever said. I mean, you just knew you had to do it. And since our foundation has moved to, when I moved down here, my wife and our kids and I, we've done our Delta Soul charity event every year, and obviously our foundation gears toward anything to do with kids, sick, disadvantaged, but we have a heavy emphasis on the arts of all types. From theater to music to culinary, the list goes on and on. But we are very grateful for the ability that we've had and the friendships that we've had and the relationships. Obviously, SuperTalk, the relationships, it's proofs in the pudding, the success that this event has had annually. And this fundraiser, you guys, I mean, it's extraordinary, really. And it just shows you the value of SuperTalk and the relationship with all of our listeners and just how deep it goes and how much it matters to everybody. It becomes a big, happy family, and just a big shout-out to all of y'all for what you're doing, and it's just such an incredible, worthwhile cause.
So, Steve, each year we're trying to raise money for Palmer Home, but this year we've got a creative way of kind of getting Mississippi engaged. We have this thing called Paint Mississippi Green, and we've got all 82 counties up on a beautiful board, and every time someone calls in, texts, or goes to the website to make a donation from a new county, it gets painted green. So we want the whole state to be painted green by the end of the day. So we are actually lacking a few of the counties in the Mississippi Delta, Steve. So
Please
we need you to encourage
Washington County.
I don't know. I can't see the state from
here. Well, you're not missing it now, because I'm definitely going to do $500, and I'm going to challenge, first of all my farmer friends on their tractors right now, busting their tails, gambling for a living, and obviously so important to our Delta. And obviously my green team, Green Machine Fighting Ochre from Delta State, anybody that went to Delta State, obviously they were in Bolivar County, but we were close enough, and it's my second home, I always call it, and I feel like I would like to challenge everybody to at least match me or just do what you can. Just do what you can and help us light up Washington County and Bolivar County. Let's paint it green. I'm ready.
We're going to definitely paint it green. We'll make sure we get an update that for you as well, sort of, Steve. But, when we take days like today and people, do their best, whether like $500 from you and your family, which is amazing, or maybe it's just the recurring monthly gift of $20, $25 and sort of that way, we all become part of the bigger mission here, which is just to serve kids and give them a better opportunity. And the ripple effect by that, right? Like even in your own foundation, when you show up in their darkest moments or help bridge the gap through some critical years, we don't know the ripple effect sort of like behind that. Like you write a song and you put it out there and you don't know years down the road what that's going to mean to someone when they, sort of hear it. So that's kind of how I feel about the donation. Even if it's a one-time brick in the wall kind of thing or it's a monthly recurring, you go on about your business, but then you don't recognize or realize what the good ripple effect that can come from your generosity that way. We've got the lady over.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
Well, I think I was heading towards your question, and I probably screwed it up. But the truth is, you don't get to see daily the benefit of where the dollars go. But with an organization like Palmer Home, you can be guaranteed that every second of every day, it's making a difference. And that's just the way it is. I mean, they are on their game. They have got it figured out. And, a lot of times people give money to things and they don't really get to, it's just not, you don't get to feel it. But I can tell you, if you pay a little attention after you donate, and you could go, social media or whatever, you go visit Palmer Home, and you do these things, it's just they've got it really honed in to the point where, like I said, every second of every day matters to these children that it's impacting. And, I'm struggling with the words to find because it's just a special place.
It is, and they welcome you here, Steve. That's one of the cool parts. They will open their doors. If you, your church group, or whoever has felt led to get involved, they can schedule tours. You can come out and vet it yourself, meet, appropriately whoever, it may be. I don't think they'll just turn you loose, but you wouldn't want that either anyway. But they are definitely open and transparent and welcome you to the campus, see the kids, meet some of the home parents yourself if you feel led to be more involved in sort of that way. But today we're just asking for a simple donation of whatever you feel led to do. Again, the website supertalk.fm/PalmerHome, 662-469-5533. You can talk to a live person who will help walk you through it. Whip out that phone and just at PalmerHome-4 Children. That's FOR, children spelled out. Or you can text Give Palmer to 833-402-4519. And we will make sure, Steve, that Washington County gets painted green, and we'll keep updated on the Bolivar County as well. I can't see over there to the side, but
I'm going to be paying attention. I'm about to take a drive through both counties back and forth until I may wave flags or something.
You should. Thank you for your time, Steve, and your donation. We appreciate you, buddy.
God bless Super Talk. God bless.
All right. You guys stick with us. We got so much more good for you coming up next.
Mississippi. Mississippi.
People ask me. You're listening to the Palmer Home for Children Radiothon here on SuperTalk Mississippi. Go to supertalk.fm/PalmerHome to help rescue and restore a child in need. Now, here's Rebecca Turner.
Live here from Palmer Home for Children Radiothon. It's our 14th annual, and man, it's been a good day already. We're at $119,375.61. The cents always tickle me, Rhino. I always wonder what's behind someone donating an odd amount of cents. But even if it's for good humor, we appreciate it. Every dollar, every cent definitely goes to help rescuing and restoring these children and giving them a place to have a loving home and hope for a future, which I think we all want as parents and grandparents for the children in our home. One of my favorite things, though, Rhino, when we show up here on campus each year is just what a celebration that the whole community is having around Radiothon Day. Now you've got to think we're at 14 years that one day out of our year and out of their year, we come in, kind of take over, highlight all the good things and stuff going on. And slowly over the years, they have built it into kind of an end of a summer celebration for the kiddos on campus and the house parents. There are pool parties, there are bounce houses, there's good food, there's snacks. And I got to sit with one of the caseworkers during lunch, and I was saying, man, it just seems like there's so much joy and excitement around here. And she said, girl, I've been hearing about the snow cones for 2 weeks. Anytime you asked one of the kids here at Palmer Home what they were excited about when it came to Radiothon, they were talking about snow cones. And that put it into perspective for me that if you would have asked my 7-year-old or at my one time my teenager what they were looking forward to, it was going to be something as simple as snow cones. That also tells me that the weight of the world has been lifted off these kids, that they can focus on the excitement and the joy that comes with a simple snow cone in their future. And so when you donate and you get involved with Palmer Home, whatever way that looks like for you, just know that you're making that happen for a kid. Rhino, earlier today I heard you talk about the fact that when you support or get involved in Palmer Home, you just allow kids to have the opportunity to be kids. And I think we take that for granted when we raise ours in a loving home and a nurturing home. We don't realize that there are kids who are going to bed worried about things that ours simply won't have to, or won't recognize that, that other kids are getting to do things that they're not getting to do. So the snow cone thing really kind of moved me earlier today, and you can help be a part of that. We're rocking and rolling here. We're definitely trying to push to get to that 125,000, particularly by the end of Good Things, if not more than that, because we want to see the number go up for good reasons, but we also want to see Rhino lose his beard. We talk about that often each year. And don't forget those simple ways that you can be involved. You can text Give Palmer to 833-402-4519. I think the simplest way, as long as you're not driving, is pull out that Venmo app at Palmer Home -for Children. Whatever you're led to do, sort of hit that Venmo.
I'm Malcolm Reed from How to Barbecue Right, and we found out about Palmer Home from the Radiothon that you guys do every year. My buddy, the late great JT, kind of turned me on to the Palmer Home. I mean, I know he was always a big promoter of it. When I would go on his show, it would be during the Radiothon, and we made a donation one year just to help out, and we thought it was such a great organization that we were glad to be a part of it. And I guess it's been well over 10 years. I don't remember the exact date, but it's been a long time. And the reason why we chose to support the Palmer Home is because they do so much great work right here with kids in the state of Mississippi. It's awesome to see local people doing all this for the community, and we just want to be a part of it. Now, this year, our business, How to Barbecue Right, is donating $5,000 to the Palmer Home. And I want to encourage everyone out there to give what you can, man. The Palmer Home really does a fantastic job, and every little bit helps. Well, I think it's pretty amazing, like, how many kids' lives the Palmer Home impacts. Every year, we see kids graduating high school, going on to college, or going on to careers, and living great lives. And it's all because of the work the Palmer Home does. I've been to the campus. I see the community they've built. It's actually gorgeous, and they have a great place. It's really like family for the kids that are there. And the great thing is it's local to us. I mean, it's right here in Hernando. That's my hometown, and we see the impact that the Palmer Home has. And it's great for the community here in Hernando, for DeSoto County, and for the state of Mississippi. And I would encourage everybody out there that's listening to help support the Palmer Home and all the great work they do here in Mississippi. It's a great organization. Everyone that I've ever met with the Palmer Home really cares about these kids and their lives and where they're going. So I encourage everybody out there listening, y'all please go help donate to the Palmer Home, whatever you can, so they continue doing all this great work in the state of Mississippi.
And that was Malcolm Reed from How to Barbecue Right. He has put up a $5,000 matching gift that we just announced here at the Radiothon, our 14th annual Radiothon for Palmer Home for Children. So that means for the next $5,000, every dollar you donate becomes $2, every 10 becomes 20, every 50 becomes 100. But we want to thank Malcolm Reed from How to Barbecue Right for the generosity of putting up $5,000 as a matching donation to the kids at Palmer Home. And remember, if you do set up a monthly donation with the Palmer Home to come out every month, whether it be $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, every monthly Palmer Home hero, when they set up that monthly recurring gift, is going to receive a special barbecue chicken recipe from How to Barbecue Right and Malcolm Reed, along with one of his bottles of Killer Hogs barbecue rub, which is a fantastic barbecue rub. If you've never tried it, you might as well set up a donation every single month and get yourself a free bottle of it to try out.
And just to give you an idea of what your monthly donations can go for, a simple $19 a month donation could fund welcome packs for new children. This could be filled with a few basic necessities like a toothbrush, a hairbrush, underwear, PJs, a blanket, and of course a Bible. You got to think many of these kids show up to Palmer Home with a small trash bag of their belongings. So that welcome pack really helps them settle in, give them a sense of identity, something that can be theirs. If you're feeling a little more generous and maybe you're inching up to maybe that $30 a month, you can comfort a cottage family with the nourishment of a healthy home-cooked meal. Lord knows that all of our kiddos enjoy those whenever they can get them, and it's a revolving door. Those meals come around every night, so you would be able to help supply that. With up to 10 children living in each cottage, you can imagine how much food they go through, so just know when you make that kind of monthly donation, that helps them secure their food budgets, which is definitely important, and up to like $50 a month if that's where you feel like you need to go. You can help fund their fun and give children the opportunity to experience extracurricular activities. I'm still remembering the conversation we had yesterday with, I think it was Amy, who's the board president, who connected with one of the children here, Nick, through her family, through baseball, right? And again, giving kids the opportunity to be kids. That's where they grow, they develop, they're free to sort of live in the way that you want your kids to live, so then they can go on and get their education. And the ripple effect is what I keep coming sort of back to, and when you donate, you just don't know what that kind of impact can have over time. And then, of course, if you're feeling generous enough for $100 a month, this helps us provide children with the academic instruction and support needed to ensure their success. And, man, that's something that no one can take away from these kids, right, is their education. Once they get it, they've got it, and they can go on and do some really great things in the community and on. Even heard a wonderful story. I think it was Nick, who is now serving in our military and going on and has a great, bright future ahead of him. And so you can be a part of that. Again, those simple ways of doing it, easy to me, would be Venmo at Palmer Home -4 FOR Children. Text Give Palmer to 833-402-4519. Call if you would like to talk to an actual person and just say, hey, 662-469-5533. And if all of this is overwhelming coming out on the radio, just go to supertalk.fm/Palmer Home. You can find all the information that you need sort of there. Don't forget, too, to tune in at SuperTalk TV if you're not driving to watch. You can see the board go up. You can see Rhino's hair come off. Because going back to our friend Malcolm Reed with How to Barbecue Right, that $5,000 match will give us that, math is hard, but get us past the threshold that Rhino set to get rid of his beard. So
yeah, we're just a hair over $5,000 away. So.
Yeah, so that would push us right over the edge sort of that way. So thank you so much to Malcolm Reed for that. Thank you for all for tuning in and donating. But stick with us, man. We got so much good for you coming up next.
You're listening to the Palmer Home for Children Radiothon here on SuperTalk Mississippi. Go to supertalk.fm/Palmer Home to help rescue and restore a child in need. Now, here's more.
Welcome back to Good Things. I'm Rebecca Turner. We're coming to you live from that 14th annual Radiothon here at Palmer Home for Children, and you did it! But let's keep doing it. But you did it. You got it to us to the $125,000 that Rhino wanted to be able to shave his beard. So we are at a new total of $128,437. We're still at that 61 cents, which just tickles me. So kudos to everyone who called or text or went to the website to donate. So we will be and too, again, if you are not driving and you want to tune in, supertalk.fm/watch or SuperTalk TV. Rhino has stepped away for just just a second, but he will be back, and you can watch him actually shave off his beard live and in living color if you would like to do so. But he stepped away for a good reason, because I got my seats filled with Hope and Eric Dixon. They are house parents here at Palmer Home for Children. They even got the littlest one over there. I don't know if we can see them or not, but that's okay. But welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's good to have you here, and it's good to hear this perspective, too, from house parents, because many of our Good Things listeners, their parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles, and so we really want them to sort of think about the fact that the children at Palmer Home get a unique situation where it's not just a place that they go and all in one big room or whatever you think. They're actually intentionally put in what you guys call cottages and into loving homes and sort of family units to sort of move through this journey with. But let's start with what drew you to Palmer Home. How did you guys find your way here to serve?
Well, it all started back in Florida. I was a law enforcement officer. My wife was doing psychology stuff with her degree, and we just kind of got tired of the same old grind and watching kids kind of suffering on the side, and we're like, what can we do to help? Mm-hmm. So we found a place down there. We started working there, and then that took us up north for a little bit, and we stayed there about 10 years doing house parenting, and now we're here, and I'll tell you, it was a culture shock coming here. This place is amazing.
I was like, was it the heat, or was it was it barbecue, or whatever it may be, in that way. And you also brought some of your biological children, which I think people need to know that is something that house parents choose to do when you feel called, is you intertwine the two. Why was that so important for y'all, Eric? For Hope, to bring your kids with you and sort of integrate within the family unit here at Palmer Home?
Yeah, I think it's so important to have both our kids that we come with and the kids here at Palmer together. Our kids know no different. From the moment they were born, we were doing this kind of work. And we make sure that our kids know, like, this is our family. Our family is just bigger, more to love. You've got other siblings now that you can, have and create memories with. And I think it helps us just really give the kids that family experience, having them also with us.
And how many cool growing up, they'll have all of these people they can lean on, the relationships that they'll create, just the memories sort of made. I keep using this kind of theme this year. It feels like ripple effect, but after being here over 10 years and sort of hearing some of the stories of the children coming back and visiting, it's like it really is this ripple effect that you just can't put your finger on, of all the good that can come from getting involved with Palmer Home. This is y'all's first radiothon, I think first of many. What's it like seeing the kids get excited? I just shared a story about hearing about them getting excited about the snow cones. So within your own little cottage and family of 10 kids there, what were they most excited about today's radiothon?
Oh, the pool's always a winner. They love going swimming, and they love, just interacting with everybody, and especially with some sibling groups are here, so they love seeing their family anytime they can. And, we bring out, they take out all the stops here. The kids can really just be kids, and it's awesome.
Yeah, they're really excited when they get to, see their either siblings or their other friends in the other cottages, and they all get together. So I think they're really excited to just be able to see everybody in one place.
Well, it's like a family reunion for us, so y'all have to stick around, too, for next year so we can come back and hug and sort of say hi in that way. But you keep talking about, like, the community and sort of the family unit part, and I think that's something that those listening or just learning about Palmer Home should recognize, that what makes this kind of, like, different. And families look so different, right? It doesn't have to be biological. Some are steps, some are, united, some are, all the way around. What are intentional ways that you, Hope and Eric, walk through each day to make sure the kids in your cottage feel like a family?
Well, when the kids come into our care, we tell them, you walk through that door, you're automatically our family. And I tell my kids the same thing. When they walk through that door, they're family. I treat them exactly how I treat my own. They learn the same lessons. They go through the same trial and tribulations. And when they come in, we just try to make them feel like, they're safe. They have a safe space to be a kid. They don't have to worry about food or safety or security or anything like that. And, then you just kind of see them change over time, where those walls come down and you see a kid be able to be a kid rather than worrying about where their next meal or anything's coming from.
The meals, Eric. And Hope, man, I heard where you could have up to 10 in the family, and so the $30 a month can help provide nourishment in a home-cooked meal. Hope, how you do that meal list? What's your grocery list like?
Right now, I'm still trying to learn. Like, I feel like I either make way too much, or I don't make it, or I'm like, I feel like I could have made more. I'm still learning the balance of all that.
You and every other mother on the planet.
Because you never know what they're really going to love.
But what do they like? Because I think, when you think about, like, feeding 10 or a big family, I know there's some listening to Good Things who have had lots of mouths to feed of different ages and stages of life and what that sort of looks like. So give us a peek behind the curtain. What's kind of like y'all got Taco Tuesday, spaghetti? Like, what are we cooking?
Tacos are pretty common. A lot of chicken is very popular. The girls love chicken.
Pizza's huge.
We do a lot of pizzas,
love
pizza nights. Macaroni and cheese, like those classics, are usually what we're cooking up.
Yeah, if you cook something too fancy, sometimes they're like, I don't know about it.
Just like every home.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, sort of in that way. Eric, you mentioned, though, watching the walls come down whenever they realize that next meal is going to sort of be there. When you first welcome in someone to y'all's cottage, do you see how the shift changes in the way they, approach their meals or approach shower time or whatever it kind of may be, that there's that, like, I guess, anxiety around not having enough?
Yeah, absolutely. The kids will come in sometimes over the years that we've been doing this, and we'll see them try to, swipe a snack and hide it, save food for later. They'll even toiletries, stuff will go missing, and we're like, where's all the stuff going? And then we find a little hoard of it in their room or something, and we're like, you don't have to do that here. You're safe. You got food. You got safety. You got shelter, and you can be a kid. Just be you. That's what I tell them. Just have fun. Be a kid, because once you're not a kid anymore, you can't go back. And they all deserve to have just a great time growing up, and Palmer really, really drives that home.
What we talk about, too, if someone feels led to that, even that $19 a month, a reoccurring, it helps with those welcome packs. When a kid comes into y'all's home for the first time and they have that welcome pack that maybe is the toiletries or the hairbrush, the underwear, the PJs, what does it mean to them to have something that's just theirs coming into such a foreign place? Even though it's a safe place, it's still a foreign place for them.
Yeah, I think any time that you can give them something that's their own, there's a comfort there that you can supply them, that they can feel that, they have something that's theirs, even if it is just a welcome pack when they come in.
Like listening to you guys and hopefully you listening to Good Things are hearing that we're all more alike than we are different. Even if the families are made up of people who have never met before, come from so many different situations, there's dinner time, there's going to be homework time coming up, there's, chores to be done, sort of all of these things, and that's what helps kids feel safe and sort of have that ability to sort of grow and sort of do. With school coming up, what is y'all's biggest challenges getting everybody to bed on time?
Well, no kid wants to go to bed early. They all want to stay up late and play video games or go outside and have a good time. But we tell them, you need your sleep. You got to stay healthy. You got to be. Some of the girls we have extracurricular stuff like basketball and stuff. I'm like, you got to get to bed. You got to be ready for tomorrow. You want to perform well. And so we run into the complaints and the whining a little bit, but we tell them, hey, just like my kids, they go to bed, you got to go to bed too. Everybody, let's go. Get it.
I think what's the bedtime?
Right now, the high schoolers usually stay up to about 10.
But for school, it'll be, I guess, 9?
Once school's in, it'll be 9, and then the littles will be in bed by 8.
That's reasonable. See, I love hearing this because, again, when you support Palmer Home for Children, you're giving them the opportunity to grow up. We keep saying a loving home, a nurturing home, but a structured home. A home very similar to what I think most of us are trying to do our best. Nobody's perfect sort of in it. Every kid has their, sort of challenges or whatever it may be. But that gives them, going back to that freedom, just to be kids. So if someone's on the fence, Eric or Hope, about donating, what would you say about jumping on board, even if it's a one-time donation?
I would say every dollar counts. Everything you give helps us in our daily life. These kids, they deserve to have a normal life. They deserve to have fun. And
we've seen that in this organization, like, your money is going to these kids.
Yeah, 100%. There's There's no behind the scenes stuff. It's the money goes to the kids, and it makes everything great for them.
And you go to supertalk.fm/Palmer Home to get all the information to donate. But stick with us. We've got so much more good for you coming up next.
And the mattress. You're listening to the Palmer Home for Children Radiothon here on SuperTalk Mississippi. Go to supertalk.fm/Palmer Home to help rescue and restore a child in need. Now, here's Rebecca Turner.
Welcome back to Good Things, coming to you live from the Palmer Home for Children Radiothon, our 14th annual event. And I think this is the 14th haircut Rhino's got. I know you hadn't been here for all of them, but most of them. So if you're looking over at SuperTalk TV, because of your generosity, we have surpassed his $125,000 goal to get his beard off. We are now at $134,850. So if you want to watch it happen, head on over to SuperTalk TV or supertalk.fm/watch, and you can see it go down live right now as he takes off his beard. Y'all, this is the biggest transformation of the whole year. The hair, yes, obviously big transformation because he's always been able to have like a small ponytail by the end of the year. But I watch my buddy just go away and somebody new appears whenever he takes his beard off each year. And it's due to a good cause. And you guys helped us get here. So a few updates on how we made it to this great number at this hour is the fact that our friend Malcolm Reed with How to Barbecue Right had put up a $5,000 match, and we did that out the gate, which is just incredible. Bedford Care Centers gave that $5,000 match, which made it $10,000 automatically, which got us to this big number. But Bedford Care Centers want to challenge all long-term care providers to donate what you can. You may not have that $5,000, that's fine, but can you do a monthly gift, or can you do a one-time donation of $100 or $1,000 on behalf of your center? Rally around that and sort of show up and do that. And then we've got another match, which means from Vicki and Jeremy Harrell, we've got $10,000 on the line. So that means every time you donate $1, it means $2. So once we get to $10,000, that will be $20,000. So this is how we're making huge impact for these kids who find their way to Palmer Home from some unimaginable circumstances. If you're just tuning in and you want to know the easiest ways to do that to get us another $20K by the end of Good Things, you can simply just go to the website, supertalk.fm. If you're already there watching on SuperTalk TV as Rhino, there went Rhino. It just happened so fast, y'all. A baby face. He just loses 10 years right off that. And it looks like a small animal did not have its best day. On the floor there, but you go to supertalk.fm/Palmer Home, gives you all the ways to donate. You can even donate right there from the actual website. You can call in, talk to a real person, say hello, 662-469-5533. The low-tech, high-tech way of doing things is through the Venmo app, at Palmer Home -FOR, children spelled out, whatever you feel led to do that way. Or you can just text, give Palmer to 833-402-4519. Super simple ways to help get us. Again, another thank you from Vicki and Jeremy Harrell for their $10,000 match. That means we can easily get that to $144,000 by the end of, or 154,000. Math is so hard, y'all. And lots of numbers going on. And I think, did someone give to round us off? Are we at an even Steven number now? So now I need someone to ruin my day again and donate some cents. It always tickles me. I always want to know what's the story behind, if it's 61 cents or whatever it may be. But every cent absolutely goes to a good thing. Again, big thanks to Malcolm Reed for his $5,000 match, which then gave Bedford Care Centers their idea to call in and meet that and double it and then continuing on with encouraging our long-term care providers to donate as well. And don't forget about doing the monthly gift. Again, even though Malcolm Reed's has been met in terms of his match, his generosity to monthly givers will continue all day. If you sign up to become a Palmer Home Hero, then you will get a bottle of his Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub, as a thank you, as well as a special barbecue chicken recipe straight from Malcolm, which is definitely delicious and a good thing to sort of have. Other in-kind sponsors that we'd love to just highlight today here on Good Things for the Radiothon. You've got Clark Beverage Group. They have been in Mississippi for a number of years. You've probably heard of Clark Beverage Group, and there's a reason why. Clark Beverage has provided the most well-known beverage products like Coke, Sprite, and more throughout the Southeast for more than a century. Wow, that's crazy. Almost as long as Palmer Home has been around, because that's 130 years. If you've visited a restaurant and enjoyed a Coke lately, chances are that's thanks in part to Clark. So thank you to Clark Beverage Group for providing us with Coca-Cola products and water all day long during this 14th annual Radiothon. I can tell you what, those kiddos are staying hydrated with all of that cold water and ice cold beverages as well. Strong family values, customer focus. Clark Beverage Group is proud to carry a diverse group of national and international brands. And then you can't be the South without some Milo's Tea, and it wouldn't be summertime without it either. So thank you to Milo's Tea. They have covered us today for that as well. You guys keep showing up and showing out. Easiest way, supertalk.fm/Palmer Home to connect with us. But yeah, stick with us. We'll have a baby-faced rhino for you coming up next.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.